Start her up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Obsession Podcast. I'm Mike Stadler.
I'm Karl Buffke.
Hey, Karl, how's it going?
Outstanding, Mike. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Nice.
You have any questions for me today?
Do I have any questions for you? Well, there's a few out here. I haven't really looked at my questions lately here. Good Lord.
I got some stuff.
And I don't know if we really want to get into this. This is not contradicting or anything, but people are asking, you know, it's later, obviously, in the season now, and we're going to start going onto our properties and checking, obviously, what happened over the season, which we do consistently as we're going, but it's later season after the hunt is over, I guess I would say, for a lot of people. After gun season here in Wisconsin, a lot of people they're done.
Yeah.
I'd say 90% of the people are done. But this one comes from Tom here in Wisconsin. He wants to know how to ID core areas of certain bucks, and even on your small properties, food, water, and bedding locations that will help you be successful in the next season, and how to decide whether or not these areas should be huntable. So it's like a whole property breakdown and everything right there.
Let me set her up for you?
Yeah. All right, you guys like that? That's better.
Oh my God, dude.
You are welcome, sir. All right.
Well, I will tell you one thing that will help you. Well, I'll tell you a lot of things that help you. So the one thing I do, and I've done this lots of times, I walk through after season. I like to get a little snow on the ground, if you can. That's kind of nice to do. Mm-hmm. Really shows you some of the trails that kind of just stand out better to the naked eye, especially because all of your undergrowth, leaves, everything is down and done. I take those little flags, which you know, and I mark. I just stick them in the woods wherever.
I remember the first time I walked through your woods, and I'm like, what's this blue flag? Mike's like, oh.
And it just makes me remember. That's why I do it. So, and it's, you know, it might be like you're asking, you know, huntable, stand location, travel, corridor, rubs, scrapes, things like that. So I mark them like that with a flag. I really like to go, when it's late like that, you can see all your rubs. See if there's rub lines, stuff like that. Your scrapes are obviously pretty much gone, but you can really see those trees rubbed up. Yeah. Like I seen a couple this morning coming out. Never seen before. Walk by them every time I go that way. And I'm like, that's cool.
New.
I'm like, I like that.
Deer movement.
I'd put a flag there if I had one on me, but I didn't have one on me yet. But
there'll be a flag there.
There'll be a flag there. You know, that's what I like to do, mark those trails like that. You know, sitting, anytime you can sit, like we've talked about on another podcast, how we sit after we're tagged out and just watch deer movement.
Right.
It's really you do it with a lot clearer head.
Yeah, there's no stress or pressure on you.
Because you're just like, I'm done. It's cool. You know, when you watch stuff and you just watch how it happens, you watch how they move, you watch where they move, you watch how they react to things. That's a big bonus that I like to do as well. And we talk about, you know, write that stuff down. Like, I don't remember anything.
No, me either. Honestly.
Well, I got to write it down.
Yeah.
The flags works really good for me.
I'll actually use aerials and pin stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I'll use like Huntex and things like that too. And I'll pin marks. We got tractor rolling by the studio right now, but yeah, I'll use Huntex and I'll mark stuff, especially bedding areas. So my property is got really steep hills, you know, and Mike's does here too, but my whole backside of my property is like one big ridge. And it seems to me, and we've noticed it, that the bedding locations pretty much stay the same, but they will change in small areas every year. We found that. Like I've had, and the reason that changes is my fault also, due to me changing things on the property. Yep. You know, last year we put in some bedding, we changed some food plot stuff, all of that for this season, and I noticed obviously the doe bedding has changed in locations that they're at. They're actually down low where we really want them to bed, which left space for bucks.
Yep.
So now we just have to change the food back.
Yep.
But that being said, you know, you have to set your property up, and I don't want to ever use the word core area. You mentioned core area, you know. Yeah, deer have what they call core areas. But if you have a small property, you're only part of that core area, especially with most deer. As bucks get old, they do have a tendency to shrink down to what I would call small property size.
Yeah, that's when you can sometimes keep a lot of those older class bucks. You know, the year and a half, 2.5-year-olds tend to move on.
Yeah.
You might have some of them coming back, but, you know, core areas, you should really try to make everything a core area.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, and it's like...
Except your entrance and exit.
Yeah,
routes.
keep your entrances and exits always in mind. That's what you got to have in mind first for anything. Stand locations, if you're looking at food, if you're looking at doing more bedding, because one change changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember that you can't just be like, well, I'm going to put a food plot here. Okay, that's cool, but what else did that affect around it? Did it affect the bedding? Did it affect how you get in it and get out of it? Did it take away from another stand real close that's always been really good, and now you can't hunt it?
We've had that.
You know, I mean, so you got to be careful when you start doing that stuff, and we've learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you're saying, well, I never do that, well, you're a liar. So, because you're going to do things wrong. That's how you learn.
That's a fact.
You know, that kind of stuff is big, you know, because I've talked to Karl about a couple little things I want to do here, but the little things turn into big things. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
There's one little thing that we're thinking about on Mike's property that's going to be a big deer change movement-wise.
Yeah.
And not for the bad or good. We'll see what it does. But
Right.
I think it'll help. But that being said, yeah, for sure. If you're, you know, how do you find these areas? You just got to walk your property, spend the time. It's boots on the ground at that point.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially if you get, like I said, you get that little bit of snow.
Yeah.
You can start seeing beds.
Yeah.
You know, and it's easy to see. It's easy to tell doe bedding areas from buck bedding areas.
Yeah,
it just is.
100%.
We showed it last year a little bit when we did the straw beds.
Yeah. And I'll show you guys what we did here on Mike's property. It worked out great.
Yeah, you get a lot of beds fairly close to each other. That's usually doe groups are bedded together. One loner or a couple beds way off in some thick shit. It's a buck.
Yep.
That's where they are.
And it doesn't
You know.
mean it's 2 bucks. It could be the same buck,
Yeah.
2 different beds.
And if you look at that and see how that is at that point of the year, remember that for when it's hunting season, because they bed the same way.
Yeah. And
When
if you're going to ask, yeah, 100%. If you're going to ask us too about, you know, should you be putting bedding areas and such and such, there's places on any property you don't put bedding.
Yeah.
There's places that are better for bedding than others. And there's different types of bedding too. So, you know, that's a hard question to answer on the bedding side of things. If you want to make deer movement, or what we found that makes deer movement easier and predictable, the best tool we found are our mock scrapes.
Yeah.
And we set them up to control the deer movement. And it works.
Yep.
For buck movement. Even doe movement, really.
Yeah, the does hit them a lot.
Yeah, but those mock scrapes are actually on transitions that we've found deer movement anyway.
Yeah.
I gotta throw that out.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
how they work.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that pretty much breaks down Tom's question fairly simply.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there was much more to it. Well, the water part, he did mention water. I think every property needs water.
Water is just like putting in food. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to have it in the right spot. Don't ever put them together.
Mm-hmm.
We will tell you that. Don't put your water in your food, or your food in your water, whatever you want to say. It should be tough to put the food in the water, but
That's true.
keep them separated. You know, keep a line of movement so that you can hunt a transition. You
That's
know,
that's it right there.
That's what you want.
Yeah, you're creating a line of movement with transition.
Hunt that transition. You know, so if you got your bedding, and you got your water and you got food, cool. If you have them all kind of staggered in a line, that's great.
Yep.
Because now you got entry and exit set up. You can hunt either side of it, morning or night.
Yep.
You know, you really got the best of everything there. So it's the best way to do it.
Pretty simple right there, Tom. So hopefully you got the answer you wanted. If not, feel free to add more to it. Put it right down here in the comments. If any of you guys got any comments, you can throw them right in here. Give us some suggestions about what you do. We're more than willing to listen, always willing to learn.
Yeah, buddy.
Check out Blue Collar Bucks.
Yes. People getting it done out there, all everyday guys, girls, kids. Even we got some disabled hunters been on there now, which is awesome. So be proud of what you're out there doing. Be proud of what you're harvesting. Does, bucks, big game, whatever it is. Get them posted on there. Let's see those smiling faces.
We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, buddy.